Hello, traders. Welcome to the market pullback live stream, where it just kind of happened all over the place. You know, metals were probably the most warranted for some sort of pullback, where they had been going historically insane and not even that big a deal. They've all begun to start trading again. It just took 60 minutes off, and it might take some time to digest, but yeah, we'll look at them. We'll start with the metals, just because, my God, yesterday, something I had never seen in my adult life. So here it is. Here is your silver, the Merry Christmas, go F yourself red candle. Almost bearishly engulfed, but nay, traders did settle up slightly higher than the 26th open, so it wasn't a bearish engulfing candle definitively. Unfortunately, it is a dark cloud cover the size of, I don't know, anyone want to help me here? It's a massively large candle. It's the largest candle in the history of silver, price-wise. Of course, that happens when you're at levels of price you've never seen before, but it is crazy. A crazy, crazy candle. Only after we were live last night to witness the gap up, where we were looking at physical metal in China, in Dubai, reach the $95 per ounce threshold. And it was, in fact, what seems like mania, euphoria. And after that gap occurred, we tried looking back to see if there was ever a time where the XAG had just gapped up anytime in recent or not even recent memory, and we couldn't find it. We could not find any sort of gap, no matter how good the run ever was. And so, well, we knew, yeah, that gap's gotta fill, right? Because it never happens. It certainly did fill. They took it to $75 not shortly after the live stream concluded, but then they ran it all the way back up to about $80, $80.50. And then it seems like intraday traders realized there just weren't going to be near enough of them to ever rival that $84 all-time high. And then late last night, they rugged it. I mean, it was in a matter of maybe an hour where silver went from $80 to $85, $84.20 or something. And then when Wall Street began to trade again, another massive sell-off occurred, and a literally at the end of the day. But as you can see, this is a quite real potential Japanese candlestick reversal we call the dark cloud cover. And guess what? Any sell-off we get would be warranted here. You have to understand, for any trader, price objectives were achieved, tendies were received, and corrections are a natural part of any sort of uptrend. And this got too high too fast in a very illiquid, thin order book. time period. We are in Christmas into New Year's. This is where traders are out doing things, man. You should be doing things too. I should be doing things. We were doing things. We're eating, we were opening presents, giving gifts, right? But when you have such an illiquid market, price tends to teleport because there's just not going to be anything on the order book. So you got to keep that in mind. It is very volatile. Trading like meme stocks right now. That's these precious metals. It does not change in any way the structural deficit of over 1 year, like where miners would have to mine silver for over an entire year to meet the demand of multiple industries. Okay, for silver, for electric vehicles and solar panels. And also, I mean, countries want to own this because it's a lot better than their fiat purchasing or their fiat currencies. So I wouldn't be too concerned about this, of any pullback. I would be excited if we could ever maybe see $54 again, $60. That would be phenomenal. But we don't even know this candle's real yet. We got to get follow through today, and we got to get a lower candle close today than we got yesterday to confirm the dark cloud cover. All right, that's your silver update. Not a big deal if you got in lower. If you bought yesterday or the day before, what are you effing doing? You're crazy. And you've earned your phenomenal losses in a record period of time. So, all right, gold did the same thing, not as bad, but yeah, they took it to a fib extension of the breakout from October, the 1272. You were just trading above this channel's supply line, and then just bearish engulfing candle, big one. Wiped out about a week of gains, down 4.43% on a 28+ trillion dollar asset. That's a lot of money. And so I think this is something that had to happen. I mean, that there were, it's some crazy stat. The amount of contracts that the banks used to short or to sell into the market, it was like 62% of all silver that is mined in an entire calendar year. They printed the money, bro, to sell into this. I don't think they can afford silver going above 100 right now. Like they got all kinds of problems. So I guess it's good for the banks that this happened. So we'll see. I mean, you know, take it down to the demand line at the channel, 42.59. There's a little bit more downside probably on gold. Okay, what a run. What kind of mania, insanity went on? And now we got to cool off a little. Okay. It was crazy, dude. Platinum, Palladium. I think Palladium had its second worst day in human history. Platinum, man, it was after making an all-time high on the 26th yesterday. They even made an intraday all-time high. Briefly, we were here when it was happening, and then they just rugged it down 15.56%. Unfortunately, you lost the old all-time high back from 2008. And there's not too much here in terms of support resistance. I think maybe if you cared, you could probably look at 1868. It could be a good level to watch for. You know, maybe if a structure develops there, they put in the highest low of the uptrend, they lose it. Whoa! Oh
Please
my God.
review CAG and Oxy. Hashtag Udaman.
What's up, Udaman? Thank you, Billy, for the 40. We'll certainly look at CAG and Occidental Petroleum. Man, thank you. Hope you all have had a great year. It's been a wonderful one, man. It's been so good. 2025 didn't start that way, but my God, if it didn't end that way, or if it's not ending that way, it's been great here. So Thanks again, Billaman. So yeah, 1868 could be a good spot. Like, this is what we would want. If you ever want to be, I want to be a platinum bro, and I want to be strategic in my long, and I want to be able to set a stop loss entry that makes sense with good upside potential. You would want this thing to lose a crap load more value, come down to like the 1700s. Then buyers come in, they recapture that 1868 level, and then they come in and they like reconfirm it as support. That type of price action is exactly what a swing trader, position trader would want. This is what you always want. You want assets to be in well-established uptrends. You want nice big pullbacks to occur, and then you want levels from history to be regarded, recognized by the market participants when they're chopped through the first time like nothing. You want them to come back, you want them to lose it, oh no, and then sellers can do nothing after they lose support, and then the buyers come back in to recapture the level, and then they can reconfirm its validity. That is where you give yourself an edge, an increased probability in an uptrend for way higher after this event occurs. Okay, so that's the type of critical thinking it requires. Okay, if you want to construct trading plans, you got to think about stuff like that. That's what you want. Okay, it could get worse. I mean, you can take it down the demand line at 1672. I just tend to like, I'm not as big on demand line. I'm not a demand line bro, upsloping support bro, as much as I am a horizontal line bro. Because I think like these demand lines, oh, if you just a little bit, you know, it might be off by dollars, many dollars. So I just horizontal. There's no controversy on that. Okay. Okay. And right now, platinum took out yesterday's lows, currently trading down 2.2%. Silver's down over 1% right now on the new day. Yikes. Correcting still. Gold down barely any. Palladium, though, again, second worst day in Palladium history. Percentage wise, I believe it might be the worst daily price candle ever. But as you can see, down 2.65%, took out yesterday's low. Are you kidding? How could it take out yesterday's low when yesterday Palladium lost 17.74% of its value? Well, you're looking at it. They are taking it out. So we're talking now an ongoing 20% pullback on Palladium in just a little over 24 hours. And it makes sense, man. The thing was crazy. They took it virtually to a 50% retrace from the all-time high. So what do we want to see? We want to start seeing 1500, 1583 be regarded. Like just the way we used a little bit of critical thinking to theorize on what we might want for a trade setup and an uptrend on an asset, or an asset in an uptrend. If you want same stuff, Palladium, we probably want them to lose 1500 for a little bit. And then the sellers take out that support. Then the buyers come in, and then they recapture some key levels, and then they reconfirm the levels as support. You'd want to start seeing local forms of confirmation around at key levels. This is what you would want on Palladium. You probably want to see, and we wouldn't do anything on Palladium as a swing trader, position trader, until we begin to see structures develop, right? We cannot manage our risk without structure. I mean, you can't. Okay, you might be able to manage your risk without a structure. Sure. Yeah, an asset for the first time hits a key level. You set up a stop loss below it because that's why. But you don't have an edge. You're still flipping coins on those initial tests. Sellers can blow right through them like they're nothing. That's why you want local forms of confirmation of buyers recapturing key levels. And then at that point, we start seeing favorable price action. You can say, oh, well, what if this swing low is being put in, what if I just put the stop below right here, right below it, right below that $1,500 level that's being successfully tested and the local confirmation low, right? I mean, and then look, if you expand out this, maybe the heart line, they're recapturing the heart line or something, right, of the channel. These are just things you think about. So what does that mean? That means there's virtually nothing to do on metals right now because we just witnessed insanity, and they could run this thing up, attempt rallies. It doesn't mean you have an edge. You always want to have an edge before you take action. Otherwise, you were just gambling. You're just at the casino, at the roulette table, spinning that wheel. Okay, might land on chug. No, you cannot eat Palladium. Just making sure. You might
Which
have.
possible 3 rising valley on the weekly?
What's up, AA Ron? Thanks so much for 20. Please sit down. Okay, you're standing. I don't know why you're standing. Please sit down, AA Ron. And get off your cell phone. Thank you. We'll do it. Okay. Those are your like metals. Okay. Well, copper, whatever. Copper's, you know, been on a run too. I think copper really is amazing on the monthly. I think like somebody, you know, okay, of course it's pulling back. Well, guess what? In 1 day, 23 hours, 2 days, just about, you're going to have the highest monthly candle close ever. You're going to have that on a few of these. Any pullback, man, it could be a position. Like you just start dollar cost averaging into copper. I think like unless it's all over for the metals and we blow off top, it's done. We're literally done for years. If it's not that, I think copper has a chance of 630 plus. If you give me enough time, it's probably going to take months. Just be real. It's metals, dude. Boomers. Going to take months, but, and plus, I mean, you got five green candles in a row. You'll probably get a red one soon, and that's whatever. Okay. But they have been going crazy lately. So we do respect that a lot. Okay. And it did hit I mean, like, come on, dude. Like, it hit a supply line of a channel here. I mean, where there is supply, there was supply. So at least they respected it. They could not really, it was a fake breakout. Just like they had it here too, like a false breakout. It was that one anchor point from May. You had 3 anchor points, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom and 1 on the top. And they've respected it twice now since it was, this channel was plotted. Pretty cool there. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin. I know. Oh, dude, don't look at the metals, man. Bitcoin down almost 1%. Remember that time we had this deep, profound discussion on Bitcoin and how they've killed the market and how no one is trading it? And you can't make people come into this market now because CZ and Binance have destroyed its integrity completely. Not just that, they've like legitimately killed 2 million traders. They just took them out of the market. They're no longer market participants. A lot of them have not come back, will never come back after what happened October 10th. Okay. So what I was saying, this is all bot driven, buyer inducing bullcrap market right now. And you have the seasonal stuff. Dude, you got thin order books on Wall Street, on the comics. You're going to have it in crypto too, but it's worse because it's not only is it like this Christmas, New Year's time of year, it's also, they killed crypto. So it was hilarious. It really was. I think silver was like pulling back and Bitcoin was rallying, quote unquote. And it's just like, okay, do you understand how many times they've been doing that since in the past 2-3 weeks? They're scams. They're scam rallies. They're bot driven, no volume, and they're just trying to get people to buy. And people are so starved for anything on crypto that they will literally vocally announce their excitement about Bitcoin running to 90K last night. And people were already on X saying, look at silver, bro. There's a massive rotation going on. No, there wasn't. Dude, people are not rotating their silver and gold into Bitcoin. Are you out of your mind? They're not.
Can you look at NVO? Novo Nordisk. Looks like momentum shifting structure at critical area THX. Very happy new year to all. Be smart 2026. I may be wrong about NVO.
Hello, Gladio, man. There's a move 20, dude. You want some Ozempic, dude? Yeah, I'll get some out of the suitcase, bro. Yeah, Ozempic, bro. I don't know, man. That's weird. They're gonna do studies on that. They'll be in the history books one day. It's very bad. Yeah, Ozempic's probably the only reason someone would ever use Ozempic is if they're like, hi, I was a star on my 600-pound life and I failed. The doctor fired me. He I think on that show, if you like don't do enough, that doctor, he'll just like say, nope, you're not getting surgery. So you're like a failed 600-pound lifer TV show person, and it's a Hail Mary at that point. That's Ozempic. Using it for any other reason, you're an idiot. Like, what are you doing? What's your problem? Oh, okay, you might have some like my thyroid or something, but other than that, get in the gym and lower your caloric intake. That's it. Eat healthy. No need for Ozempic. But you know what's probably crazy? People taking Ozempic, eating Krispy Kreme donuts. So people are gonna like, they're like Ozempic in one hand, and then they got a Krispy Kreme donut in the other hand, eating it. So all in all, it's probably good for TNDM because that's a nice monthly trade setup. I digress. Bitcoin going for its lowest daily candle close possibly since the 18th. But dude, it was going to do it. It was at 90K and then it wasn't. And then it was at 87.1, down near its lows of day. Oh, about 1%. Okay. Ethereum, I mean, it's not as bad. They're still above 28.89, but just what in it's we've discussed this already. The trend is not your friend if you want to go long. But if you're going to be treading in this, look, man, we're at the beach. See that red flag? It's very cloudy and windy. Oh, there's definitely an undertow. There's a double red flag. Okay, if you want to go swimming in those waters, the only thing you can do, like I'm saying, don't go in the water. Probably not a good idea. You'll probably die. But if you're going to, you should not own this asset below 28.89. That's when you hit the you know, whatever, the raft just blows up and you're in it and you're safe. And then we come rescue you on the beach. But below 28.89, no reason to own Ethereum. Hey, if they can ever break 3K, maybe they'll give it another run, but it's some garbage price action. Like, you're just continuously consolidating bearishly, and now locally you're doing worse than you were in the midst of this consolidation. December 10th, where you went all the way up to 34.74, but there was such a lack of demand that they could not even go test the formal support resistance. I mean, I'm talking, it's not even what you got to love about support resistance. If there are ones that are extremely real looking back, oh yeah, that is undoubtedly a key inflection point. My God, it's perfect, right? Look what they did up there. That's it. And then they did it again, like July 2024, multiple times, 2 times before collapsing. And they even did it right here. Oh my God, even in January, they tested it perfectly before collapsing. There was such a lack of demand from the market participants, they could not even test it, or the 200. And here we are, all right, putting in higher lows, but not higher highs. So
since everyone is eating their Krispy Kreme on Ozempic, let's take a look at diabetes TNDM.
Jason L, thanks so much, dude. We will look at TNDM diabetes, but diabetes award goes to Joseph. Thank you, dude. Yeah, so I mean, like, swim in these waters at your own risk. There are the CZ bot sharks. If you fall in, no, you're in the water trading this, and at any time, these CZ bot algos are gonna destroy you on the order book. Oh, you're trying to manage your risk with a stop loss. They see that, dude. Telling you, like yesterday, talking about they're the Nazgul. The market's so thin. The order book's so thin. The liquids, the market is so illiquid. You're one of the only people trading it. So I hope you have fun. I hope it works out, man. Like that. There's a big difference between like what I'm saying and what I hope. I always hope if you're long on your scam coin, it pumps and you become a zillionaire. You become a trillionaire before Elon. That's what I hope. Big difference though. Okay. XRP. Mother of God, dude. This is like, you want to vomit? Go to XRP. I need some Dramamine before I vomit. Because we're speaking about undertow and CZ sharks. Well, you're in this garbage, rinky-dink XRP boat, and not just near the coast. You're in the middle of the ocean. and you're already about to fall in. You're really sick right here. I need my pills. Look at these market participants formally regarding this key level as resistance and rejecting it. I mean, that is like, yep, it's a no-brainer short. Like, if anyone's going to be doing anything with this price action, you just be short. Well, the short trade setup is still active. The stop loss isn't until like 196 or something. But that right there is the most danging thing you could imagine. I mean, it's not just 190. It's even like this heart line of this channel here. That's not as crazy. Like, you know, like, oh, okay, it might be off, whatever. But they're rejecting that too. And it's like, you have to understand, like, if this resolves how it looks like it might resolve, the downside potential is disgusting. I mean, you could say like, okay, 160, 140, these are targets of that short, by the way. 160 and then 140. But that 140 is just because, hey, maybe they just respect the demand line of this downtrend. Horizontally, probably nothing till 128. Yeah, 128 would probably be a hardcore target there. But eventually $1 and maybe even 80 cents. So I'm just saying the XRP boat is treading water. I would be very careful right here, dude. Unless you're short, have your stop loss set up, but you have a huge downside potential and lots of money to make as a short seller, potentially. Very good trend for the bears. Very good price action for the sellers and the bears and the shorts. It might be payday soon. If what we're watching is real, this is it. Better get ready for. It looks like maybe resolution coming. So, and then Solana, which also exact same situation as XRP in its own right. Okay, no follow through yet or anything. They were trying to defend levels. They're pivoting. Okay. But posted a short trade setup on this. Could do it on the XRP one's already active and been going, right? Did that, I think, 2 weeks ago. It's still active. It was 2% from target one, and then they rallied it. It's fine though. Same with the Litecoin. The Litecoin short trade setup still active. Didn't quite hit targets. It was also 2% away from that, but they're only putting in lower highs. So if you're just patient on the short, think you're probably gonna get paid real soon based on the way XRP and Solana looks. I mean, Bitcoin above my head, man. Think about the psychology here, right? All three of these peaks from early December, okay, they're all failing to break resistance, and then they draw down, and then look, all these highs, these illiquid pump and dumps. There's 3 of them now, and they're all rejecting that 200 moving average. It's just looking bad, man. I don't care if it pumps. This to me is like, I wouldn't be involved with assets that look like this, just being a trend analysis bro. But like for the swing trader, the only option is short or do nothing, or just not be in crypto. Like, you could have a stop loss on Solana just above 130, right? I mean, that's a key level, 130. Like, yeah, that kind of be your threshold for, nah, I don't want to be short anymore. It might go to 135. It might go to 150 if they break 130. But what you're doing here is you're strategizing that rejection, that rally that was, oh my God, it was just, yeah, they're regarding it as resistance, and you're rolling over violently. And now you're trading below the other part of the inflection zone, 125, 124.65. It's just like the downside potential here. You could get paid tremendously if the short plays out. There's so much. I mean, we're talking, I think 30. Target 1 would be like 20%, and I think target 2 would be like 34%, $80. Yeah, you don't even believe it right now. But this is, look, and it's not just that 130. It's also, look, the bear flag. This is one time they have regarded the old demand line of the flag once, and now twice. So you're getting forms of local confirmation that the bear flag's being regarded as resistance now. The bearish breakdown is being confirmed as a bearish breakdown, and now you're below supports. It's just like, that's the only thing, in my opinion, that's the only thing to do, because you've got a trend. You've got bearish price action correlation to key levels. You got bearish breakdowns and bearish patterns. So even if it failed, it's like, There's nothing else to do. Like, being long here is kind of crazy. Like, you could be long in accident. Well, yeah, there's like, oh, probably like a 40% chance it pumps, 35% chance it pumps higher. Sure, dude. Play the numbers game and keep going long on assets doing stuff like this over and over and over on all markets. You will be destroyed. It's like going into a casino and playing Keno. Keno is a house game that the dumbest, poorest people play at casinos. They have the worst odds of anything at a casino. I think it's like 38% win rate. So I think you got like a 65, 70+% chance of lower on Sol and XRP based on everything. Whatever. That's all I can do, man. Okay. I'm sorry, you know, whatever. But dude, could you look at this? Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the S&P real quick. SPX, excuse me. Yeah, it was a down day today. Everything was kind of down, but it closed down it closed down 0.25% after hitting that golden mean ratio for the first time ever. So I'm really hoping that this isn't some fake out. There is an unfilled gap just below us. I think they could very well fill that. It just depends, like if it's going to hold or not. The problem is, so we had a partial decline that was confirmed, and they did break out. But the problem is the breakout just manifested into market participants testing the golden mean ratio for the first time ever, and then putting in an evening star reversal, and they confirmed the evening star reversal today. Evening star, confirmed evening star. Now just sitting around at the threshold of the breakout of the rectangle. So this isn't a place to be taking fresh longs. It's not at all. We're most of the time not breakout bros. I mean, I never post breakout trades. I think the Solana and XRP ones right now are good. I think, but for a long right now, hitting a gold mean ratio where you couldn't do it twice, once in October, another time earlier this month, and now we did it, and then we got the Japanese candlestick reversal. It's like caution. Let's tread lightly into the end of the year, into the new year, and like let's just get some more data, okay? Yeah. So let's see if they can hold it, but not a time for fresh longs.
Hey Mitch,
even if it
can you
broke
look
out.
at Zcash, destined to return to lows before impulse? Free money if you are short for the long term of Jingin? Smiley face emoji.
What's up, Jab? Straight. I think it's 422. So, Nasdaq was worse. They hit that supply line, man. Evening star, and that's an evening star with confirmation at a supply line. It's not really you really don't want to see more downside, because last thing you want to do is put in the highest high right around above that 1618, and then the attempted rally, they can't even see the 1618 again. They were close, but they couldn't, and now you're getting a form of like confirmation of less than before. Right, here's the highest high, here's the big sell-off, here's a rally, less market participants involved than the first time. Sell off locally, rally. Oh no, you now have a form of confirmation of less than before. Distribution confirmation. You don't want that. You do not want that. So, and now you're back in this potential little, I mean, you know, they could not break the supply line. So not great. So it's like, let's hold off on our fresh longs, chat. Let's wait, get some caviar and some champagne, watch the Rose Bowl game, the playoff games. Let's chill maybe and just wait on something to improve. Because there is no value here. There's just not, you cannot make there be value where the price of these index funds are right now. You can't. You're paying premium. You're buying into local lower highs than the highest high. You'd be buying into a supply line failed breach. You know what value would be? From here, they rugged this thing all the way down to 22.2. And for the first time in human history on the Nasdaq, the old resistance from December of last year, February this year, it becomes regarded as support, and you start developing structures, right? That's what you would want, man. If you wanted it, yeah, you would want this, and then this. That is literally, if you want to swing trade, that'd be a dream of all dreams. I don't care what this, does next. That would be an ultimate big pullback, an index fund, and then we're able to strategize at actual levels. There's just nothing to do here for long. Okay. Sorry, dude. Look at a few of these Max 7s. Tesla, man. Tesla. This is, remember we were talking about yesterday. What we want. We're always looking for a price to run to supports, and then we're looking for the price to correlate to those levels. And there's nothing to do on Tesla until we see 400 to 415 again. This is the zone to be monitoring, possibly to strategize. Until then, they gapped it down 3.27% after making an all-time high briefly. And like really, if you look at it like this, forget that channel for a second. Think it's almost like what Bitcoin did. Remember this summer, one test, and then a second, and then the third one was the highest high ever, and it was just barely anything, and they've fallen back into this level. So talking about a range, there's just, you wait till 414 to 400 to assess for a trade if you wanted to, or a dollar cost average or something. Okay. Nvidia, that's kind of weird, right? It's 183 could be back tested. They go fill the gap at 180, 181. If they were going to continue to pull this thing back, maybe you get a higher low or something, right? You get something like that. What's up, Wits, man? Thanks for the 20, dude. You got nothing to say? Oh, Wits, thank you so much for the 20. Hope you've had a good year and many more to come. I'll be here. You got my word, man. Yeah, so kind of a green evening star looking bearish abandoned baby situation. That is bearish abandoned baby. Dude, how is that not bearish abandoned baby? In its own right. They gapped it up. They gapped it down. Even though it's weird looking, even though they're all green babies, I would say that is still by the book real. So follow through tomorrow would confirm it. The lower close than the close we got today at 188.22. But all right, down 1.2%. Google was flat today. Cool to see it. Man, dude, are you kidding me? No way. I mean, Google, look at that. Like the kind of structure, they broke it. They're trying to hold on to it. But all they did today was gap down and rally to fill the gap. So hard to trust an asset for any sort of like new long when it's done this. Remember there was a trade set up back in June and at what 173, and now you're at 313. You understand it's just no value here. You're at the 2618 fib extension. Remember fib extensions, that silver 4236 or whatever. I mean, yesterday. So I hope it continues higher. It's just crazy up here. It just means like, your downside potential could be massive and the asset would be fine. The trend would be fine, even if it pulled back. So just, okay, cool though. Good day. Amazon was pretty much flat today. I don't know if we could say this is a type 2 return yet. I mean, they're testing 232.50. I really wish we could have gotten the type 2 down here. It just seemed too shallow for me and makes me just not really know Typically, I want it to be like from this low to high, right? Of the type 1 reaction to its conclusion at the top. I typically want an 88% retrace minimum from this low to high of the type 2 return. And it just was so shallow. And it makes it really hard to, how do you manage your risk if that was the type 2? You know, you're far away from that support where you want to strategize. So yeah, you're up here, you're trying to hold on. I'm just not sure on this one yet, but you do have the M shape and you do have a higher low here. So, but they can't break. Again, 232 is probably the place to watch. If you can really break that, maybe you're going to 241, 242.
Can we look at $ENB, Enbridge Incorporated?
For those requesting, look, man. So if you don't know that there is a minimum request, you may not know that I've been doing this live streaming market analysis for nearly 8 years, and I have never one time monetized my live streams. When I schedule these streams, I have to click monetization on or off, and every single time for thousands of live streams, I've hit the off button. Okay, so there's that. That screws me on algorithms. You know, I'm not getting ad money. Do not push affiliate marketing links for exchanges. Could have made hundreds of thousands, if not more, money doing that over 8 years. But I decline every single offer I get. I get them every single day. Affiliate marketing link opportunities. None of that. Zero. No sponsorships on the stream ever. Never. 100% crowdsourced. So the catch to those things is $20 minimum for a request. I think that's fair. I think that's way more than fair. So thank you so much, Bald. So one more of those and we'll be good to go. Thank you, dude. I gotta say it, man. It's like just 100% crowdsourced community for going on 8 years. Meta down 0.69%. They gapped it down. I still don't know if there's much to do here. Like swing trade wise, I don't know. Like maybe if they come down to 632 and hold it, but I'm still like, you're down trending now. It's been well established. This has been like the worst of the Mag 7 by far. They're below the 200-day moving average. It's just, we're looking at it. Great. Nothing to do. Microsoft, they really are trying. But I got flat heart line, you know, they've flatlined the heart rate monitor here. A little Gartley, really cute Gartley at the 200 moving average, but maybe you come down for another higher low or something. But again, thin order book, very thin order book. So Bald, dude. Okay, dude. We will certainly look at your request. Thank you so much for understanding and being cool, dude. Thank you. So with this one, they're consolidating after a massive markdown. Currently still trading below 492. In fact, unfortunately, on the weekly for Microsoft, you still have an active and confirmed double top. You just do. Like they could rally it, and you're in such bad shape now that the conclusion of any rally is going to be a lower high, most likely than the high we got in October and August. And then that's like a form of distribution. So rock and a hard place here, but nevertheless, without a doubt, hard to have any confidence on Microsoft right now below 492, 493. Okay. Apple was kind of flat today. Good run here. But man, that weekly, bearish engulfing. It's Vincent, man.
At Vincent LeChapelle 7432 super chatted $72.18. Hey Mitch. Can we look at DLX on the daily and weekly? Thanks a lot, man.
Yes, Vincent. Vincent coming in. Once again, always the session top. Jesus, man. Throwing 75 bombers. Very grateful for you, man. I don't even know what to say. Like, I really don't. Like, it means the world. Okay. You don't know how grateful I am for you. Okay. All I can say is I cannot articulate my gratitude for you watching these streams and supporting virtually daily. I cannot articulate it. So please know I am grateful. Thank you, Vincent, man. Thank you. Okay, with Apple, they lost that channel. And, you know, really, they might be putting in the highest low ever. How do you strategize? You probably can't the level to strategize is probably 265 or 260. I really think it would be best if we look, man, if I wanted to take a long on Apple, like as a swing trader, not an investor, I would want to see something like this, and then this, and then of course, you guessed it, something like this. I would want that. If I could help it, I want the old all-time high to be violated, recaptured, and then reconfirmed. It's pretty simple stuff. So it's just, again, markets are dead right now. Not many people are trading. Rightfully so. It is Christmas into New Year's. The market wants you to probably just touch grass for just a little while. Okay, there's your mag 7s. We just looked at all 7 of them. All right, I think. Yeah, mag 7s. All right. Look at these requests. Gone across the markets. We've looked at your metals. We've looked at your top cryptos. We've looked at your index funds. We've looked at your mag 7s, your market drivers. And now we can look at some of these requests. Okay. Been here before, a long time ago. Okay. Oh man, I gotta go way back. This is a CAG. CAG. Conagra Brands Incorporated on the weekly. Okay. Issue is, looking at the weekly right here, you know your trend is terrible. Very bad trend. I don't see, like, is there a major support here? I don't see one. Major one was $21.75 to $23. They cut through that one. A hot knife through butter. Trend is too well established. It's bearish. And you don't even have a consolidation structure. Like, look how beautiful this bear flag was on this one. Wow, it was a dream of all dreams. Wow. Bear pole. Bear flag. Look at that measured move. What a freaking, the respect of that. And they exceeded the measured move too. You can tell. And now you're just sitting down here in kind of no man's land. I don't think there's crap here until CAG hits $13.99. That's your hard target. That's where you're looking for structures to develop or something. Now you're just flipping coins. Too much negative momentum. I think you can get triple divergence at 14. I can't want to touch it. You can't want to touch it right now, man. Billy, I'm sorry. Thank you again. Let me go to Oxy for you. I'm Oxy. All right. Oxy. Yeah, I mean, what a disgusting, like, weekly, like, you just have this ongoing long-term downtrend. Man. Yeah, so on the weekly, just start out here. Look how, like, just bad it is. I mean, you haven't made a higher high in a decade. Oh, I'm sorry, longer. Wow, this one was, the oil glut was like the end of all things for oil stocks. But this topped out before that. And just remember, right, the psychology of buyers and sellers. When like a higher high happens, the highest high ever, and then a huge drawdown occurs. Remember that huge drawdown. Close in reverse. They're closing and reversing. And then you understand that's when volatility is going to be really high. So attempted rallies occur. The attempted rally, what did it do? It manifested into a substantially lower high than the highest high. Then, you had a drawdown again, and then they rallied it again to try to rival that high. And then you realize all of a sudden, 2012, 2014, these two highs were lower than the highest high, and that confirms it's all over. Your trend has literally reversed, undoubtedly. And since then, it's been a nightmare. Only lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So you're in this like freaking secular downtrend. All it does now is lower highs, lower lows. And it's coming off of its lowest high of the major downtrend. And yeah, you are at 38.50. Understandably, 2008. Oh God, dude, imagine owning Occidental Petroleum. I know, my dividend, right? Yeah, my dividends, but 2008, same freaking price now. Garbage. It's an investment, garbage. I mean, yes, they'll pay you to own their garbage performing asset. Sure. Didn't cryptos do that with staking? Okay, whatever. But yeah, well, that's the weekly. That's not great, right? That's not good verbiage. Yeah, redistribution, structure, and yeah, now they're coming back down to this level, and it's like, even if it started around here, if all I'm seeing, if I'm a harmonic bro, which I am at heart, I would want, if I could help it, I would want an 886 anyway. Whichever. You can anchor different ones, okay? I can be like this, and then this, whatever. I would want 3674 no matter what. So you're not even deep enough. So you were fighting, right? We were talking about in crypto. You are, remember at the beach, double red flag. You'd be like crazy undertow, and you're going to swim against that undertow long term on Oxy. That's the issue. But yeah, like look, man, if it was like, sorry, we have a hypothetical here where you have to tell me, look, I'm long and I have to be or I die. Well, then just have a stop below 38.53 maybe in the short term, because that's a huge level. I got the global financial crisis, that's, but I just like see this and I'm just thinking, even if you wanted a long, I still would want it to make an M shape and a type 2 return, which could take months. So you look at this, they're like rejecting the 200 moving average. The 200-day simple moving average is down sloping. You are just in a bad trend. Your moving average should be slightly up sloping, or at least going sideways. There's just not enough here. I know everyone wants oil to do things. It's like, just look at them. Look at the weekly. You saw the weekly, and then look at these dailies, and it's just garbage. I'm sorry. I am very grateful, though, for the contribution. Billy Matt. All right, the daily candle close on crypto. Let's take a look at it, dude. Oh, look, here's a random ape coin. Oh, I didn't mean to click this. You want to see ape coin? Here's ape coin. Bro, it's ape coin.
Hype in the chat.
Looking for new all-time lows. Wow. It was a sign from God. If we're on ApeCoin, we're going to look at it and we're going to just be like, wow. Speaking of trends, this is the type of trend, right? Trend is your friend, which is always lose. You're a loser now and always. And Oxy's been in the same type of trend. Not as near as bad, I know. But get it, downtrending. Oh my God, hold on. Let me just show you real quick. I thought I was on the ApeCoin chart. Yeah, loser. Big loser. Sorry. Pacific Biosciences of California. Well, if it's California, you're cooked. But yeah, I get it. I see why. I see why you're requesting it. For sure. You know, they couldn't break out, could they? 219, 226. That's the big one, right? That's the top of the trading range. And yeah, bad day today, down 3.39%. Maybe an M shape develops. It's hard to manage risk right here. Very hard here. I don't, do I even trust it right now? I'm not sure. Is this up? Hold on. Yeah, there, that is down there. Yep. $1. That's the good level. That's where they were at for so long. So maybe if you get down to the 200, 150 or 120 or something, you probably got good value, but right here, it's just been drawn down. I mean, if they start pivoting here, maybe they do put in a higher low and you start seeing that.
Ed, 3-day/weekly, please, man.
Hey, what's up, G-Dog? Thanks for 20, man. Yeah, look at you, man. 3-day weekly. Much love, dude. Hope you had a good Christmas time, man. Yeah, so if we're here because, right, we don't predict, we don't guess, we just react, and we can only react to price action correlating to key levels. And you are far removed from key levels because 126 and $1 are those key levels. 220, 226 is another key level, but there was a false bullish breakout. So if you can start witnessing a pivot occur, maybe they're putting in another higher low, and you go test 226 again, I think you're in really good shape. Here's a demand line, like a channel, right? They come take it down to 150 here. Maybe it's something to start looking at, but I think you probably want a little bit more downside on this, or you think you got a little bit more downside. Yeah, 150. Let's pay attention and see what develops there at the demand line. If they lose that, 126 be a better entry if you could help it, but maybe it's just like, if it is Wyckoff accumulation, you probably won't get 126 again. Okay, so we're just looking for levels to maybe strategize an entry, and you're not really at one currently at 170. All right. Let's see if you said anything else on the weekly. Shoot. Oh. Yep. Yeah, it's just crappy. Like, they're just not letting it. The key level, like 220, it's either 126 or 226, right? Well, they've rejected 226 multiple times now locally. And there's really not anything to do until 126 on the weekly. Okay. And it's starting to show. Look, man, it's your first level of negative momentum on the weekly since May. Dang. Yeah, not a good time. They couldn't break it. And they confirmed they couldn't break it. So buyers relenting and the sellers have reassumed some control. And you would just hope for 126. And then maybe you would say, hey, that's a crazy inverse head and shoulders. Wouldn't that? Yeah, that would be a crazy inverse head and shoulders if they tested that. So I don't think you can really, I think it'd be prudent to wait until 126. But yeah, we'll see. NVO for Claudio. Novo Nordisk. We were here, man. I was here. Yeah, this one's interesting down here. Let me just start here on, because this is like a bullish dragon pattern. And I want you to see something on the weekly that I think I didn't look at, but my God, man, they keep putting in lower lows and they just keep putting in higher levels on the relative strength. That's really nice bullish divergence. You also have it on the MACD histogram. So you have like seller exhaustion implied on a significant time scale. Here it is. I mean, it's crazy. Quad divergence. See it here into here.
Ayo.
Hey. Hey, what's up? Who's that? Hey, Venom, thanks for 420. Is that a joint? Thank you, dude. And you see this last slightly lower low. It's like that. You're just continuously diverging. And that last low right here is correlating to a, right? That's what we're always looking for. Horizontal line support resistance. That's where you want to identify divergence. So anything above 47.41 could be really good for a rally to 58 bucks. And here it is. Like, is the dragon. So probably, just being real, you might actually want them to come fill a gap around 48 bucks and put in another higher low here. And you would have a better entry. Probably post a trade setup if we get there. All right. But you got some of the stuff you need. And the thing is about Novo, they do all this and then you run it up, hits 58. And guess what? Maybe it shoots a little higher, hits that 200-day moving average, and then continues to the abyss because it's a long-term downtrend. Yeah. So you might be getting, it might be good for a potential swing trade. The closer you get to 48 bucks, because you see what's happened here before, and they just run up to resistance. They hit it, they overshoot it, and then they make a deep 886, 786 retrace from the previous high to low. 886 right there. And then all of a sudden, what happens in a major downtrend? You know what's going on. You know what's happening. You get yourself a nice bearish shark pattern, and then they hit that, and then the downtrend continues later. So yeah, to some of y'all, I know that makes sense. You know, it's pretty complex technical stuff, but technical analysis, like it's not like rudimentary. But remember the long-term trend for now, it's not a good one. All right, metals recovering a little bit. I'm chat silver, man, up 0.5%. Trying to do this thing, man. As long as we don't close lower than yesterday's close, crisis averted. My God, man, remember what was happening yesterday on some of these websites? Silver coins that were like 1 ounce a coin on some websites were going for $94, $95. It was manic. And the spot, like the physical, is still extremely expensive. I think it's still like $82 a coin if you want to buy a Silver Eagle. It's ridiculous. $10 spread from paper to physical. Nuts. TNDM. Tandem Diabetes. It's up there, man. I mean, you're getting to a point where pullback definitely could be warranted. Reason being, hey, what's up, Gummy Man?
Gomi tipped $25. Hey Mitch, can we take a look at Penn? Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we'll look at Penn Gaming. Yeah, man. Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a good, or you had a good Christmas. And you're setting up for a good new year. So Tandem Diabetes, right? Their trade setup, the monthly trade setup. So you don't even know it's like monthly, meaning like, okay, you might just be an investor and it might take literally 2 years plus to play out. But since that entry, I mean, it's up 60+%. That's great. But these rallies, these impulses, these waves, they conclude and you get pullback. So just understand that. And you're at a level, a good candidate area for maybe where it does pull back some. But yeah, I mean, like the pullback will most likely be a higher low. They might come and check back 16 bucks even. But what was the part? What were you asking about? Nothing too much about it. Look at, dude, I don't even care about the daily. I only care about one time scale, and it is the monthly. This is a dream of all dreams, like a generational bottom harmonic situation. Look at that. Positive Momo building again, even more than last month. That slightly lower low, double bottom, the U-shaped volume signature, implying the pattern's conclusion, and that RSI bullish divergence as well. It's just, you've got everything you need as a harmonic trader, and like you're just targeting for 119, 154. I mean, that's it. Again, though, this pattern is so large that you will tend to forget. You will forget that this is not a daily time scale trade, a 4-hour time scale, or even a weekly trade. This is you are in this. You just have some of your money in your portfolio, just in TNDM, and you forget it exists. You don't like, oh, you'll just look back 6 months, 8 months, a year, 15 months, 16. And you're, oh yeah, I have TNDM. Let me check the yield. Oh my God, it's up 250%, but it's like you're older, you know, like that's TNDM. That's all I got. Diabetes. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Look at for Mr. Bald, Enbridge. Nice trend. Had been anyway. An incredible trend. Toronto Stock Exchange. Let me go to the daily real quick. Yeah, nice trend, man. They broke it out too. Where's this level? Well, to a degree, dang, man. They actually didn't. Like, peaks from 2014, they didn't. I'm gonna plot this right here as a little zone, inflection zone. Goes back 11 years ago. Do you see it right there? It was resistance. Oof. Okay, what I like about it is the trend is so good, right? We've been looking at these requests and they're so garbage. They're overall long-term trends on the weekly, daily. This is different. This one's like making consecutive higher highs, higher lows. You got to really appreciate that. Let's see what we can do here. It's kind of, yeah, right there. 1 and 2 and then 3 and then 4 and now 5. Oh, I really like this one. In ways, I really do. Holy crap. Because, like, yeah, they lost that key 65, 66 level, but it's like they're recapturing it. It's almost like you have a dragon pattern in an uptrend where you exactly where you want to identify bullish dragons in well-established uptrends. It's the dragon. So you have certain bullish divergence. My God, great request, Bald Man. Have a chat for Bald Man here, because this is the stuff. This is almost identical to the silver trade that was extremely successful. You have divergence. You have local confirmation, even though it's a slightly lower low. That 200 moving average being defended. It's very interesting. It doesn't mean like it's an end all be all, but if you just got a nice channel here, they're hitting the demand line. They're defending the 200. They're recapturing 65.13, and you've got seller exhaustion. That's what bullish divergence implies. This could be possibly where they're getting ready to mark it up and then eventually continue this trend. And yeah, they could take it to all-time highs. So that's a great setup here, possibly. All right, easy. I'll tell you this. We don't act like we know, right? We're just identifying structures at levels, and we have oscillators that can help us see if sellers are tired, and trend analysis. And I'll tell you this. It's very easy to know where to cut your losses if you're going to trade it. You just have a stop loss just below or at the swing low that was just put in mid-December. Okay. You can't, nothing's equitable until just the all-time high. You would have to be in this until they take it to what you saw in late September. And then you'd have a 3-to-1 reward to risk. And then you would be targeting probably for all-time highs and beyond. Easy enough. Fibonacciing the dragon's peak to valley. And then you could have it like a 1272. You wanted, or you could say a 1414. And then maybe you wanted to be crazy, you could take it all the way to like try to guess 80, the top of the channel, maybe near 81. Or you could just say, nah, I'm just going to do a 1272 and a 1618, and then I'll be out. Like, you could do it like that too. So there's many different ways here. you could target for, you can have your price objectives. But yeah, very interesting. Enbridge, oil and gas pipelines, which is kind of crazy because we were just looking at the other one, the U.S. Occidental, and Occidental doesn't have anything like this. They're different, completely different. 7% dividends. Oh yeah. Fortunately, this is for Canadians only. It says 5.81% here on this one. So got good volume, got no volume. That's just a way to strategize. Doesn't mean like you have to take action on this or go long, but it's trend is your friend, right? You're at the beach. Remember the analogy I've been making in the stream. You're at the beach now. Bright sun, blue skies, no wind. The water is crystal clear. Or whatever. You're going to swim with the undertow. I don't even care. The analogy thing, completely different. This is what you want. You want to identify uptrends. Then if you're in an uptrend, good. You're then looking for bullish patterns, because in uptrends, bullish patterns tend to be reliable. And if they are reliable, they tend to perform well. And you've got all that here. And we understand that we don't act like we know. We just know how to strategize these structures that we've been studying. And well, people put their life's work and research into studying for 100 years. And we know how to identify them now. And we just say, all right, cut this idea, probably invalid. If stop loss gets triggered at 63.71, probably an invalid idea, probably failed. And that's it. There's no ego here. I'm not trying to be right or wrong. Just trying to manage risk optimally and give myself a greater than 50% chance that the resolution would be positive here. Okay. So that's it, man. That's real technical analysis. That's not fortune telling. Dude, I predict $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025. Literally every clown out there with all their fancy degrees from Ivy League schools, and yeah, they own their own funds. Okay, they're geniuses and they're just stupidest. They do price estimates and guesses, and it's like, that's not what I do at all. All I do is what I just did on this, okay? The real ones know what I'm talking about. This will be educational, despite anything that happens with this. Whether it gets stopped out or not, it's educational. You have trend analysis, you have technical indicators, and you have chart patterns. Easy. If you're not going to take action on this, please listen to what I said, right? Like, you're here, you don't have to take action on this. Some of you can't, probably because it's Canadian, but you just, it's trying to instill the right things in you, reinforce the right behaviors, the right things to look for. And eventually you're learning, it'll just click one day and you'll just get it. Whew. Mr. Baldman, we were unsure. We didn't know he was stringing the $7 contributions and all of a sudden home run, or the good stuff, what you want, man. If you enjoyed that educational moment, hit that like button, the bell, so thanks so much for being here, everyone. I don't even know. I try to make this as educational as possible. I know it's boring and it's dry and whatever, but yeah, just want to, feedback's good. Okay. No, dude, you could have done it better. You could have said things differently. Feedback, chat. It's on New York Stock Exchange. Boom, then hype in the chat. Well, do that again, man. My God, let me try to get the next request. Okay. Vincent next. Vincent, what's up to Deluxe Corporation? Remember when it was good and then it got better? Oh yeah, I remember this one, right? Yeah, bro. Oh, this is the one that the busted Head and Shoulders that has turned into a double bottom. Oh my God, bro. No way. No way. Look at this. They did it. It was a busted, failed, and then look at it now, man. All this time later, comes down and yeah, double bottoms at the key. 1987, 2000, 2006, 2010, major level. Wow, how about that? So you look at the monthly and you're just like, sweet mother of Jesus. Look how, oh God. When it looked okay, it now is insane. And my God, I wish I'd, well, this new data, we haven't looked at it in a long time because it did bust. But my God, a double bottom breakout would be like 24, 57, 25 bucks. Wow, I love it, man. You know why I love it? Because it's one low and then it's a slightly lower low with this mega structure. Look at that. I mean, that is insane, man. Yeah, DLX probably going way higher if you give it enough time based on all this on this time scale, but it's going to take a long time. They could pull it back. It can go back to 16 bucks again, and it's still going to be pretty freaking nuts. There's probably a supply line that they broke or getting close to breaking if they haven't. Oh my God, they didn't just break it. Look at that. They broke it, and then like all this, they're just formally regarding it as support. They just defended it. This whole second bottom. Yeah, so on DLX, probably, it could be 2 years, dude. It could be literally forever because this each candle represents 30 days. But you're probably looking at, I don't know when, a common retrace is going to take you between $38 and $53. That's great, man. You thought it was good, and then it got crazy. So yeah, probably 38. That's overhead resistance from 1991. Very good, man. Good to see. Wow. Yeah, they broke our hearts initially because it was such a pretty looking potential Head and Shoulders. It failed. It broke out and then it failed, and then it put in an even grander structure on a more significant time scale. Wow. Sometimes it be like that.
Gentlemen in the mix.
Insane. Oh yeah, nice job, dude. Jarrett, man, thanks so much, dude. That's really kind of you, saying streams are best part of your day. Wow, amazing, bro. What's up, time for change? Thank you, dude. Joseph H, what's up, man? Thank you. Oh, Echo Leaf, thanks, dude. Kathy, yeah, you gotta learn how to fish. Pack Bandits, thank you, dude. Thumbnail slaps, boom, dude. Gave Chalin my vision. He brought my vision to life. After yesterday's, I think I was like, oh, dude, we got to do the snooty aristocrats for Silvermania. And then today I'm like, dude, we got to do the same guys, but they're in McDonald's uniforms. Perfect. What's up, back? No, is that Bald? What's up, dude, Bald? Yeah, we can look at that. Hold on. It'll play in a second. Get the next one. What a trend, man. Oh my God. ED. Yeah. Edison. Consolidated Edison. Electric utilities. Yeah, so you're probably like weekly, probably daily. I mean, you can see it. They broke out already, kind of. They're confirming a bottom here at the 200-week moving average. 95 bucks is probably the level for risk management. Yeah, this is here, but I mean, you see it. That's the big one. Two big ones. It's 95 and 100. And yeah, they're like that. That's pretty good right there. The daily. Shoot, man, that's interesting, right? Because like, yeah, they are. Well, I don't know. Daily doesn't look as good as the weekly, you know. The daily's kind of like, oh boy, there's like kind of controversy where it's like, we already have this, right? We already have to deal with thinking about this. Like eventually, the bad action magnet move broke, and eventually we won an 886. That would be pristine at 90. And you could get that because they put in the all-time high, they sell it off, and then they rally it, and then you got less than before confirmed. Confirmed, right? 106 is resistance again, and then they sell it off, make a lower low, and they put in two highs, and these two highs are lower than these highs, so you have even more evidence of less than before. And now you're like kind of holding, there's no accumulation, they're just holding a support now, and they could be getting ready to put in another lower high. So I get it. It's such a good trend. Hey man, you can be a boomer and just buy into this stuff, you know, and own Edison forever. Yeah, but like for the swing trade, right? Wouldn't it maybe be a better idea for like a bat pattern to conclude at 90? Just something to think about, right? Dang, bro. Brick hardwood. Wow, where you been, man? Where you been? Yeah, times have changed tremendously since I had a beard. Including Bitcoin's price. Big channel, sorry. You get what I'm saying, man? G-Dog, about that? Yeah, my bad. I had to cough and muted it. Y'all didn't have to hear me coughing. G-Dog, does it make sense, dude? It could be better with the bat. You know, 886. Okay, Gumi wants Penn gaming. Let's gamble some more, dude. All right, silver. Going for 73, making a comeback. In gaming, yeah, man, they killed it. The trend is just, there's no evidence the trend has reversed yet, sadly. Though you are at like deep retraces from the 2020 crash. Sure, let's go to the weekly here. We have to. My God, see, that's the problem. It's like you're down at the, kidding me, man? 140, 142. You're at an 886 or lower. Of course, you're lower. Like, but the issue is just you look at the price. I get it. You are diverging on the weekly. Still a lot of negative momentum, by the way. It's like I mean, you could break upward. You know, down at these 886s or lower, you really can't trust a bearish continuation pattern like this to play out bearishly. It is a definite descending triangle, though. No one's going to argue with that. It's beautiful. But yeah, this crappy thing, right? You have a inherently bearish pattern of consolidation. You just put in the most recent event was the lowest high of the entire downtrend and you're not making any higher lows. You're only making the exact same lows. I guess they're holding on. They haven't even tested that level yet. That 2016 1256 level. They might go test that. But for now, they're not letting that happen. Oh, okay. I see what they're doing. They're testing this peak from 2007. Okay, they're holding on to it. So if you want to manage your risk, I guess, look, dude, have a stop loss, maybe at 13.15 or 13.20 or something. But man, that just sucks. Like typically at 886s and stuff, you want to see some accumulation signatures. You don't have any, man. God. Yeah, give me a 3 rising valleys or an ascending triangle or something and let it all correlate positively to a key level. You're just showing like a redistribution structure, and the buy wall happens to be lined up at the 2007 old all-time high. So it's harder to have like major conviction one way or another here because it's too destroyed to go short. But I don't know if the trend's good enough or the structure locally is good enough to want to go long. You probably could just find something better, you know. But yeah, I don't know if you want to own it if it breaks that $13 buy wall that they're maybe absorbing demand here. God. Sorry, dude. Gummy man, thanks again. All right, CNI for ball band. Canadian National Railway Company. Dude, Railway is gonna make a comeback. Nice trend. My God, what a trend, man. Let's look at this thing. Start on the weekly. Let's see if we can. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I mean, just the demand line. I can't even speak of the top side, but like 1 and 2 and 3. I mean, you're right. You had 2009, 2016, 2020, and here we are. Oh my goodness. Some nice divergence going on down here locally, right? Do we have any help horizontally? Looks like you have a little bit. See that peak from 2018? That's what they're trying to defend there. But I love the confluence between that demand line from 2009 and the 2018 horizontal line. And when you have them converge like that, confluence, the meeting of two rivers, that can strengthen a support. So it's like risk management. Like if you cared, you would probably cut your losses. If you were owning this thing, you'd cut your losses probably below that 9170 level. Right? Because your argument, I mean, that the demand line being lost and the horizontal line at the same time are being lost, that's probably not good. That's probably where you say, I'll find something else. Because you're watching, we are witnessing buyers defend not once, but twice. And they're starting to, rally off of that. You did have the you're going for the highest weekly close since summer. So you've got that issue with the dragon is it's not really they're breaking a supply line too, which is great, man. In these situations, you get a rally here. It would be nice to get like a higher low at some point. It'd be just because like one low and the same low, two lows being the same. You typically want a lower low or a higher low on dragons, not the same one. Something about it has something to do with these patterns. The dragons aren't that researched, but I think it's just something to do with the harmonic stuff with Scott Carney and H.M. Gartley, where it's like there's criteria that are met for the A wave and the C wave, where there's a disparity in price between them, the short waves, where they conclude. And so when you have the same ones like that, it wouldn't even be a real harmonic when it did conclude with the big C to D wave eventually. So I think like it'd be good to see a higher low get put in or something. And then that could give you evidence that like they're starting to reaccumulate again. But get closer you are to 9170, the more optimum the entry would be. That's the way it always is. You want to go long as close as possible to the supports, and with the stop loss just below them. because you have the most upside potential when you try to take a long as close to the sports as possible. So it's good. It's a great, man. Like great, interesting chart here. Bald man. Very good. So yeah. Cut off below 9170. They're defending supports. They're confirming they're defending supports. There is some nice divergence even on the RSI on the weekly here. From one low to the exact same low, you have higher levels. That's class B bullish divergence. Yeah. But same time, you're below the 200-week moving average now, right? Things have changed a little bit. You really want to be looking out for 103.47. Like that's like a big range, a Wyckoff distribution range possibly. So what you'll probably get maybe after all this is any rally you get is probably going to end up lower, a lower high than 133. And they could be in the midst of a huge trend reversal on this one. It's been so good for so long. So, but yeah. Anyway. Canadian National Railway Company. Well, I can imagine it maybe be a little bullish because of how many people from the third world y'all have let into your country, how many millions. So you're going to need trains. Lots of trains, dude. Okay, remember, Bitcoin, crypto, nothing good. Only thing to do is be short on solar or XRP or just do nothing, in my opinion. To be long, you have zero argument. You have no trend behind you. I don't care if it rallies. That's a short squeeze and that's garbage. It's illiquid and it's CZ, showing you his power that he can just stop loss on everybody. He did that yesterday though. So good luck, man. Good luck owning crypto. This is the worst thing you could have ever seen happen to an asset in this trend. Solana. Just like you're waiting on 95, 80 bucks. Way lower. Sorry. Don't get mad at me, man. If the trend looked at, if we flipped the chart over, this would look, I'd be, oh my God, dude. This is so strong. There is so much demand on chat. Listen, there's so much demand on Bitcoin that the market participants, the sellers, are unable to go test the old inflection zone from history that is so well established. They can't do it anymore. There's too many of them. Too many buyers. Do you understand? It's the opposite. There are not enough buyers to test this level again as they had been testing it from November 28th all the way to December 12th. 3+ weeks. They've already done that. And now there's even less market participants than there were. You get how bearish that is? I don't care if it pumps. It's terrible price action. And I hope I get vindicated, okay? Identifying what's actually happening on the charts. Vindication, okay? True vindication and TA respect on Bitcoin would literally be what? It would be this, chat. It just would be. It would. Okay. Oh, Michael Rodriguez, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube. What's up, dude? So that's it, man. That's all I got to say. I'm sorry. I wish Bitcoin didn't look like complete garbage, but blame CZ. That dude, and Trump, kind of Trump, hardening this dude, hardening CZ. Yeah, you want Bitcoin to go in the 70s, the low 70s. You want 72, 74K, and maybe we'll see a structure there that develops. You want to see XRP get to 80 cents a dollar. You want to see Solana get to 80, and then maybe bullish patterns develop, okay? You do want to see that. You get better value. You would get better value. Who's a better man? All right, chat. It's been wonderful. Hope you had a great Christmas. I might see you again before New Year's. I might go live tomorrow. So, my opinion, if the TA is respected, listen to me. If we get the TA respect, crypto like crashes, resolves the long, how many days now? The long 40 days of consolidation concludes with a mega meltdown on crypto. That's if TA is respected. Okay. The trend analysis, price action correlation, us identifying the psychology of buyers and sellers, if it's all respected, way, way lower soon. No one wants to hear it. I'll be back. Thanks for everything, chat. Likes, love, support, contributions. Join the Discord if you haven't. Till next time, respect the T. A.
Sensations. Keep feeling my stomach with the restless butterflies. Do you recognize this feeling? So dense, you can drown in it. You feel this enormous power inside.
Any of those turd nuggets?